Hi, my name is Miss McTyre, and I'm the instructional math coach as well as one of the seventh grade math teachers here at DeLand Middle School. I want to welcome you to Open House and welcome you to a snapshot of the expectations, daily routines, and procedures in my classroom. In a brief moment, I will bring up a PowerPoint and I will go over those expectations, procedures, routines, as well as submission of work. Again, thank you for attending our virtual open house and please bear with me. Again, my name is Miss McTyre, and I am the instructional math coach as well as one of the seventh grade math teachers here at DeLand Middle School. The expectations when coming into my classroom is I ask students to please be on time. And when I say be on time, I'm expecting them to be working on the bell ringer when the tardy bell rings, not walking through the door. I also ask that they complete all work assigned. That includes classwork and homework. And I ask that they ask questions when they're not understanding. We cannot wait until it's time for a quiz or a test to ask questions. At that time, I will be reserved in answering those questions as I need those questions asked during the lesson when we're going over the instruction. My live students, there's a few more expectations that I have for you. I ask that your cameras are on during class time, as well as when it's time for you to ask your questions. I'm asking that you unmute your mic or please put your questions into the chat box so that I can answer those questions as the class goes on. The daily routines in my class are when they walk through the door, there's a bell ringer on. Unless it's a summative day, then there'll be a brief review on the board. We go through guided notes with guided practice, and then they have independent practice. And then we have quizzes and tests weekly. Really, it's more bi weekly. However, in my classroom, we do a gradual release. I do, we do, they do. So that's why we have the guided notes with practice and then the independent practice. And they do get homework on a daily basis. The submission of work, the brick and mortar students, I ask that you put your work into the white basket that's on the bookcase in the front of the room. If you were not familiar with this process, now you know. There is a white basket that sits on the bookcase in the front of the room that you put your work in as you're walking either into the room or out of the room, depending on what work you're turning in. My live students, there are numerous ways where you can turn in your work. One, you can screenshot and email it to me, ahmctyre@volusia.k12.fl.us. You can share it if you're in the office suites, meaning you're in Word or PowerPoint or Excel or Publisher. Then you can go in the upper right hand corner and you can share your work with Andrea McTyre. Or you can upload it into Gradebook, kind of similar to if you were to email it to me, except you would be uploading it into Gradebook. What you have to do is when you go in Gradebook, you click on the assignment you're wanting to upload. And when you click on that, it has an area where you can upload your assignment to. It will be a link in there. I do turn it on for all assignments that's allowed for uploading. When it comes to grading, all work in my class is graded. That includes classwork, homework, quizzes, tests, everything is graded, bell ringers and all. Formatives are 40% and summatives are 60% of the overall grade. So most of the work that we will do in our class will be formatives with a select few summatives in there. Late assignments are accepted. However, I do deduct points from late assignments, but late assignments are accepted. I do ask that we turn it in still in a timely manner. We cannot wait until the end of the grading period to then turn in everything for the full 9 weeks. That is not fair for the student, that is not fair for the teacher, and that's not fair just in general. We need to turn in work as we go, but I do understand that sometimes things get misplaced, and it's okay that we can turn some things in late, but we should not be turning everything in late. Also, if you still have questions and concerns, as this is just a brief snapshot of what the daily life is in my classroom, you can click on the link or scan the QR code and you can put your name, your student's name, your telephone number, and the best time for me to contact you. And I'll be more than happy and willing to reach out to you and we can discuss any concerns or questions further. Again, thank you for attending Open House. Also, here's my email address again, as well as if you call the school, you can dial extension 23067, and that will take you to my office. If I'm available, I will answer the phone. If I'm in the classroom teaching, then you can leave a voicemail and I will get back to you. So I'm going to leave this up here briefly for a few seconds with my email, the school number, and my extension. And then I'm going to go back one. And again, thank you for attending. Feel free to click on the link or scan the QR code. Have a wonderful evening.